Hey guys, my name is John Larkin. I just wanted to run through a product demo for this CLI tool I built. The whole premise of the CLI tool is it is going to create two SQLite databases that are commonly used in iMessage, Apple's iMessage, macOS features. This is like the address SQLite database and then your chat database as well. And the whole premise, really, of why I'm doing this is selfishly because I actually need this data for another project. But I kind of figured it might be helpful if you want to create these databases for mock testing, things like that. And I hadn't seen any tools really like it. So I'm guessing this is probably being viewed from the README, but it's imessage-data-foundry is the actual GitHub link. And yeah, it's a CLI tool. So you can see here, I'm using UVX, but you can use pip or pipx to install it. Maybe one day it'll be brew, but yeah, not for now. So yeah, again, it's a rich backed CLI tool. And there are a couple things that I want to call out. The first is that it defaults to using a local MLX backed Hugging Face model. I elected, I've got 48 gigs of RAM. And so this is determined dynamically, but I'm still using quantized versions for the memory constraint. But yeah, if you are working on 8 gigs or 16, you'll see different options here. And of course, if you for any reason are even more memory constrained or compute constrained, then you can specify an OpenAI API key or Anthropic API key, and you'll be able to select that as well. But I am not going to change those. I'm going to walk through a guide, and yeah, the output again, as I mentioned, is these two SQLite databases. I'm going to overwrite one because I just have been obviously doing multiple takes of this, but my name's John. I am going to let AI basically do the personality description. And one thing to call out is on tab completion, you'll see the MLX models will actually get loaded. So the first call might be a little bit slow, but the inference after that will be pretty fast. So uh, yeah, most of the things, I've already pulled the Hugging Face files to that Hugging Face cache, so not too bad. But this feels fine. Maybe easygoing should be hyphenated or something like that, but whatever. Just for the sake of the demo, it's fine. I'll say casual, medium, minutes. These are all things that are factored into the LLM persona generation. For topics, I'll say, tennis, I'll say Skyline Chili, I'll say Cincinnati, I'll say the Bengals, sadly. Um, and then, so number two, this can be Henry. I'm going to also tab to autocomplete the messages. I know a Henry, and this is very true. He is thorough and insightful. We'll say casual again, friend, fine, medium, minutes, light. We'll say sophisticated. Let's say topics of interest are robotics, chess, artificial intelligence. Um, yeah, fitness. That seems great. And you can create multiple contexts. For now, I'm going to stop. We display the personas that we just created. I'm going to save these. And then for the um, conversation generation, if I spawned 5 personas, you'd be able to actually curate, pick multiple group chats, things like that. I honestly haven't invested a ton of dev time into it because, again, this is really like a side project to a side project. But uh, I'm just going to say, generate these conversations. This will be pretty quick because I'm only loading 10, and the model should already be loaded. So we'll generate these 10 conversation messages. Um, Great. And you can kind of see that, I'm currently in the imessage-data-foundry, and they're just getting output to a chat database and a address book. So now what I actually want to do is jump over to dbeaver. You can see I've already pre-loaded the appropriate database connections, and you can see the paths there as well. But I will go ahead and connect to both of these. And if you're familiar, I guess I'll reconnect to that one. If you're familiar with these, you should see a lot of the canonical like Apple tables that iMessages will use. And there's a little bit of nuance here around the various Mac OS version. We default to your current one, but I basically only support like Sonoma up, if I remember correctly. And so yeah, again, don't worry about that. That's a dbeaver thing, but you can see there the canonical tables about handle, chat, message is down here. The newer iMessages will have the attribute body, which is an absolute pain. The older ones will have like text. Most schemas actually support both. But yeah, so we can go ahead and run some queries. You can see again only 10 messages because one contact with 10 people there. But if we just want to check out the things, you can remind me of the AI projects, talking about tennis, chess, watching the sunset, Skyline Chili's misspelled, not my favorite thing, but um, fine for synthetic data. Um, and yeah, that's really all I wanted to show for the project. Feel free to open up issues or email me. But yeah, thanks for the time.